In today's video, we'll delve into the complex world of political donations and examine the fascinating influence of George Soros, one of this field's most divisive individuals. As we present the power of George Soros, unveiling the impact of his political donations, brace yourselves. George Soros is a name that frequently ignites contentious discussions and raises issues regarding the use of money in politics. Soros, a prominent political donor, has drawn acclaim and scorn for the impact of his gifts on the political environment. Today, we will analyze the motivations for his donation, the results of his gifts, and some questions about the fairness of such contributions. Before going any further, let's take a minute to analyze George Soros' background and why he has been at the forefront of political debates. History of George Soros. Soros, a wealthy hedge fund manager and renowned investor, born in Hungary, has made a fortune. His political involvement and charitable work have drawn a lot of media attention. George Soros, born on August 12, 1930, in Budapest, Hungary, has had a fascinating life distinguished by his major commitment to political and social concerns. His path in politics began in the mid-1970s when he formed the Open Society Foundations, a network of organizations devoted to advancing democratic government, human rights, and social justice. The Open Society Foundations became Soros's platform for furthering his political and charitable ambitions. Through these foundations, he wanted to facilitate democratic transitions in post-communist nations and promote open societies globally. Soros believed in the power of open dialogue, transparent governance, and the protection of human rights as essential pillars of a just society. George Soros' philanthropic activities. George Soros has contributed millions of dollars to several political campaigns and organizations. His contributions have tried to advance issues like social fairness, democracy, and human rights. But what effects do these gifts have? Let's explore. The influence of George Soros' political contributions on crucial political contests is one of the main discussion topics. According to detractors, his financial backing can shift the scales in favor of particular politicians or causes, giving them an unfair edge. Supporters contend, however, that Soros' gifts level the playing field and strengthen the voices of those who are underrepresented. According to the authorities, Soros, a well-known supporter of leftist political causes, has donated $500,000 to Majority PAC and House Majority PAC and $1 million to Priorities USA Action, which is running advertising to support the Democratic president's quest for re-election. The action by Soros, who had mostly stayed out of this year's Super PAC fundraising frenzy, might lead to further sizable contributions from affluent Democrats who had previously refrained from contributing to the organizations due to their concern about the expanding influence of money in politics. Super PACs are outside organizations that are officially unconnected to campaigns. They have collected countless sums from people, businesses, and unions to promote politicians or causes. Since spending an estimated $27.5 million in 2004 to try to unseat Republican President George W. Bush, Soros has held the title of largest contribution in an election cycle. Forbes estimates Soros' net wealth at $19 billion. This year, Sheldon Adelson, owner of a casino in Las Vegas, broke his previous record by claiming to have donated $70 million to support Republicans in the 2012 election. Soros consultants at the financier emphasized grassroots political organizing throughout this campaign. In addition to pledging $2 million earlier this year to American Bridge 21st Century, a research-focused Super PAC that runs no advertising, and America Votes, an organization that aids in coordinating campaign work for liberal groups throughout the country. Soros gave six-figure sums to the Majority and House Majority PACs last year. The announcement of Soros' fresh contributions to the three Democratic Super PACs came on Thursday at the Democracy Alliance Conference of significant liberal donors, according to the Fresh York Times, which broke the story first. Priorities USA, a conservative organization that supports Mitt Romney for president, raised $10 million more in August than its Republican equivalent for the first time. Priorities USA had $4.8 million in cash at the end of the previous month, while Restore Our Future, a pro-Romney group, had $6.3 million. Supporters and critics discussing the impact of Soros' donations. Beyond specific campaigns, George Soros' contributions have a broad impact. His financial backing has helped many organizations and movements set their objectives. Soros' contributions have significantly influenced policy discussions and efforts to bring about social change, from backing grassroots initiatives to paying lobbying groups. But immense power also brings considerable scrutiny. The fairness and openness of political donations, especially those given by George Soros, have drawn some criticism. Critics contend that rich people with disproportionate political power, such as Soros, can drown out the people's views. They stress the importance of reforming campaign funding to achieve a more fair and inclusive democracy. It's crucial to remember that George Soros is not the only billionaire political contributor. Others make large contributions in favor of their chosen politicians or causes. This prompts a more general inquiry into the function of money in politics and if it jeopardizes the democratic values of representation and participation on an equal footing. It's important to encourage viewers like you, as we close up this film, to think about the role of money in politics and comprehend the consequences of sizable political contributions, regardless of their source. We may actively contribute to creating a political system that is more open and accountable by keeping educated and involved. In an interview with CNBC, America Votes spokesperson Emerson Morrow said financing from the Open Society Policy Center has provided critical support for America Votes' mission. The organization claims that in 2021, it attacked voter suppression and engaged new and hard-to-reach voters, with an emphasis on enhancing voting rights in the crucial states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Nevada. The organization will receive a single $23.9 million gift from the Open Society Policy Center in 2021 to support nonpartisan voter engagement in multiple states, according to the organization's website. In an interview with the Wall Street Journal Sunday, Alexander Soros revealed he would chair the Open Society Foundation's, Soros' main philanthropic organization. While Alexander Soros had continued to be listed as deputy chair of the foundations in recent months, he was tapped as chair of the board in December. Alexander Soros, who goes by Alex, told the Journal he is more political than his father and expects to embrace some different causes with the foundation, particularly voting rights and abortion rights. He has lately visited with officials of the Biden administration, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and various heads of state, like Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva and Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, to fight for some of the topics vital to the family. According to Forbes, George Soros, 92, is worth an estimated $6.7 billion, but his foundations are worth significantly more. According to his organization's website, he commanded $32 billion. The group was created in 1979 to advocate for justice, democratic government, and human rights globally. It has given grants of $19 billion since its founding. That's all for today's video. We hope this conversation has given you a deeper understanding of the controversies around Soros' donations and their possible repercussions. We welcome your views and ideas in the comments box below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking stuff.